Last year, I started replacing my Bermuda grass with St. Augustine. You see on the right where I have the Bermuda and now the St. Augustine. But the issue is I did this in the summer last year, and a lot of the grass didn't take, and you see all these bare spots. Now you see up to the top where I have the grass that I put in this spring, and it's working really well. But now I need to figure out how to fix this without having to go buy more sod. So let's see what we can do. So last year I also put St. Augustine on the side of my house here. One important thing to note is I did this here specifically because the grass was dying all around the foundation of my house. And in hot climates like Texas, you really need to ensure that the soil next to the foundation stays somewhat moist, which grass allows it to do that so that the foundation does not get dry and start to crack. Now what I noticed is that the grass started branching out really well here. Now this grass, not all of it was actually rooting into the ground. So I have all this bare grass basically that's just sitting on top as you see here. It's not rooting. So the plan then is to cut it and see if I can actually transplant that in the front yard.
So I'm going to test this with the main bare spot right there in the middle. I got some grass cut and I also have my little knife so you can see exactly which spot I will be doing. And I'm going to dig a little trench and try to put this in the ground and see if it will grow new grass so I do not have to replace this little section. I have put the grass down and I actually put it a few additional places as well because why not? And we will see what happens over the next couple of weeks. It is time to water everything really well and make sure that it survives. Day 2 looking a little dead. It is yellowing and unhappy. Day 4. You know what something looks like when it's dying? No? I'll show you. Dun dun dun. Yeah, it's totally brown and ugly. But we'll give it more time. Stage 1. Denial. It's not dead. Look at it. There are little tiny green leaves coming out. Look at that. Those are green, right? They're kind of green. They look happy. I mean, doesn't matter if the rest of it's brown, right? It's kind of green, right? Day 8, 9, I don't really know. Maybe this denial is justifiable because lo and behold, it's actually sticking to the ground. I think it might be rooted a couple places. And we actually have green. There's definitely brown in there, but we have green for sure. Now, it didn't all work. This one over here, you can see the difference. That's totally dead. You can even feel it. It feels like it's gonna break if I bend it. Whereas that one feels bendy. That one totally died and broke. That one, dead, 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 death, and death. But the main one that I was doing miraculously looks better. Okay then. It's been 16 days and the grass looks like it's filling in nicely, but most of it is not from where I actually transplanted the grass. You see the little brown spots here where they died, and there where they died. But then, when you look at the main spot, it's interesting because we actually have some new growth. Now, this one specifically is coming from other parts in the grass, but we actually do have new growth here on what I planted, and it is the only one that worked, but it did work, and it's actually branching off up there as well. So where it was not very affected and I would not recommend doing it, it did technically work. But I think just being patient and letting the grass send out its own runners as it did here and its own runners as it has in here, you can't see as well, but this spot was bare too and it completely covered. That ended up working much more effectively. That was a fun experiment, but basically a fail. Just be patient and let your grass grow. All right, please subscribe and have a good day.